Hello everyone, welcome to an educational video meant especially for the second semester students of English Honors. This is to give you an introductory idea of a relevant topic you will have to deal with. We are familiar with the fact that poetry has different forms and types and patterns such as sonnets, odes, monologues and so on and on. But we know very little about the individual forms, and we have read a number of sonnets, so it will be quite useful to have some idea about sonnets. So what does the name mean? Where was it originated? When did it flourish at first, etc. So an introduction to sonnets. Sonnet gained prominence as a literary form in 13th-14th century Italy. It came from the Italian word sonetto, which means a little song, and it's actually a 14-line poem written in iambic pentameters, intensely personal. And if we look at the Italian masters, we find Francesco Petrarca, Dante, and Cavalcanti. These are the three great poets who initiated sonnet writing and attained glory in it. The Italian sonnet structurally is divided into an octave and sestet, and there is a volta on the ninth line, which brings about a turn in the theme. And the rhyme scheme for the Italian sonnet is, for the octave, A, B, B, A, A, B, B, A is always the same, but for the sestet you have a variation. It can be C, D, E, C, D, E, or C, D, C, C, D, C. Now the English sonnet came into being only in the early 16th century, and it was brought in by two gentlemen, Sir Thomas Wyatt and Henry Howard, the Earl of Surrey. The first English sonnetiers were mere imitators, but there were great sonnetiers like Philip Sidney, Edmund Spenser, Michael Drayton, Samuel Daniel, and William Shakespeare among the early Englishmen who practiced writing sonnets. And the English sonnet has 3 quatrains and a couplet. We remember that in a Petrarcan sonnet you have an octave and a sestet, but here we have 3 quatrains followed by a couplet. The usual rhyme scheme was A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F, and G, G. Shakespeare followed this scheme. Shakespeare made this scheme famous, and therefore the English sonnet came to be known as Shakespearean sonnets.